Boxing Ego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, fight world? It's your boy Ego and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel for the latest and the greatest in boxing. Now, 2017, I'm enjoying myself. This is job security like I'm because there's a lot of great fights, a lot of great action. I just got back from New York, had a great time. Berto Porter, Charles Hatley got knocked out viciously by Jermall Charlo. There was a bad blood buildup in that particular fight. Now, Charlo's brother, that was a great performance from him. His brother, Jermall, gave up his IBF title. He had handled business at 54, stopped Cornelius K9 Bundreds, became a champion. I think he had a title defense, and then he fought his mandatory, who some people said he was ducking, and that was Julian J. Rock Williams of Philly, and he looked great in that fight. He stopped him. Well, what really stopped him was the counter uppercut. And if you guys know anything about boxing, to land a counter uppercut, that's beast mode, because it's hard to land. You know what I mean? You have to be accurate, have timing, and things like that. And he did that. Julian, I forgot what Julian J. Rock Williams threw, but he got countered with the uppercut, and that's really what caused the knockout, because that's what dropped him and hurt him. And then he got back up. To his credit, shout out to J. Rock, he did get back up and try to finish the fight. But see, to me, he made the Zab Judah mistake versus Costa Zoo. You guys, just for all the fighters, when you guys don't have to take my word for it, you can do whatever they want. But when fighters it's like an instinctual thing. When they get dropped, it's like maybe the embarrassment or the shock of it, they want to show everyone that they're okay, but they don't give themselves proper time to recover. The best thing you could do is take the long count. You already lost the round, most likely. You definitely got dropped, so it's already a 10-8 round at the, you know what I mean, unless you can rally back and make it a 10-9 round or something crazy. But more often than not, it's a 10-8 round. Don't rush back up, because that just increases your chance of getting stopped. And that's what a lot of these fighters do. Zab Judah did it. J-Rock did it. Just take a long count. You know what I'm saying? Amir Khan, I think he did it with Danny Garcia. Stop getting up so quick. But I think that's the fighter mentality. Oh, I'm good. Okay, I'm all right. It's like when you wake up late and shit, and you have to go to work. So you're like, oh, okay, I'm up. I'm like, no, just take a long count. But that was the mistake. Hopefully a learning lesson for J-Rock. Nonetheless, Jermall Charlo looked good in the fight, and then he moved up to 160. We knew of this. The WBC gave him a very generous ranking. He's rated number 2, I think, just behind Sebastian Jorge Highland, and Golovkin is rated number 1 with the WBC. He's the belt holder. So a lot of people are wondering, like, oh, this fight, a potential GGG fight with Jermall Charlo, could that be in the future? Now, Fight Hub TV conducted an interview at the Berto Porter week with Jermall Charlo, and it's like a minute long, and he had some interesting things to say. I'm just going to paraphrase, but the link is in the description if you want to watch Fight Hub's actual interview. And he basically said he watched the Golovkin-Jacobs fight, and he whooped both of them. He says, I had Jacobs winning, but he made it closer than need be, and I had him winning by a slight margin. It was a good fight, good for boxing. He said, but I'm up at 160. It's no time to basically be buddy-buddy with anybody, right? And then the last question the Fight Hub asked him was, Canelo and Chavez Jr. is coming up, pretty much in your division. It's a little bit higher, 164.5. What are your thoughts on that? And he said, fuck both of them, and then walked off. He said, I'll catch up with y'all later. Now, I didn't really read all the comments because I don't need to, but I can already imagine some people are in the comment section mad at Jermall Charlo, like, why, oh, he's a jerk and stuff like that. Listen, I'm consistent when it comes to this boxing stuff, and that's the problem. A lot of fans are emotional. This dude is a fighter. These guys are all fighters. I'm pretty sure whether they feel they can win or whether it's true or not, that's what a fighter does. That's a fighter mentality. Charles Hatley, same thing. I interviewed him. You seen him at Fight Week. He was like, there's a new sheriff in town. He was confident in his ability, even though he got knocked out when the fight happened. That's what a fighter does. So I don't have a problem with Jermall Charlo trash talking or saying I'll whoop Golovkin and Jacobs, or F Canelo and Chavez Jr. I mean, if that's how he feels, and you got to keep in mind, you got to put in perspective. I was there when this whole interview was conducted, and there was a lot of bad blood and stuff with the Hatley camp and also the Charlo camp. You know what I mean? There's just people like his brother would get on the mic to talk or whatever, and he was being heckled by Hatley's people. You know what I'm saying? So there's a rivalry going on, and he does an interview minutes later. So, I mean, he's probably still pumped up from that, and he spoke his mind. He spoke how he felt. I don't have a problem with none of that. Like I said, these dudes are fighters. This is I'm a reporter, but I'm a boxing fan first and foremost. I'm a fan before I even started a YouTube channel and got it popping with this. You know what I'm saying? So this entertains me. That WWE build up, Broner saying he'd be undefeated if he fought reporters, and Charlo saying F both of them, and I'll whoop Golovkin and Jacobs. I mean, I'm all for it. Ultimately, it'd be up to Charlo to, if he fights him, he's gonna have to live up to that. And I know Danny Jacobs and everything, so you know what I mean. It's his personal opinion. That doesn't mean I share the same opinion, this or that. That's how he feels. I mean, at the end of the day, he will probably have to see one of them, and then he has the chance to show and prove. But a lot of people are inconsistent with this boxing thing. You like the trash talking depending on who it is. If it's Conor McGregor, you'll do fucking none. You'll do none. And like, who the fuck? He's doing all this and that. People don't have a problem with it. But if it's Broner, if it's Floyd Mayweather, if it's Jermall Charlo, these guys are jerks for doing it. You know what I mean? It's the fight game. It ain't no time for it. I mean, it's just what it is. I mean, I feel the same way about my YouTube channel. I don't care who else is out there. I know what I do and I know what I bring to the table, so I don't really care what nobody else is doing. You know what I mean? And if somebody was like, yeah, are you the best at covering boxing? I'm like, yeah, that's how I feel. I don't care if someone likes someone else better. I feel like I've earned my stripes, and that's what it is. And there's certain ideas I have or whatever. No one can take that from me. So that's what it is. I've done music too. Hip hop's the same way. It's the same. It's competitive. You know what I mean? Who's the king of New York? Nas, Jay-Z, is it Biggie, is it 50 Cent? You know what I mean? P. Diddy, everyone's battling. That's why hip-hop and boxing, a lot of times rappers are cool. Like I just seen Danny Garcia with Fabulous. And that's why, because the two genres are kind of synonymous with each other. You know what I mean? Like hip-hop is very competitive, and well, not now with this mumble rap. I be with the dope in the bushes, Burger said, I deal with the like, not all that, but back in the day, the hip-hop, the real hip-hop, like the culture is like who's the best, who can MC the crowd, get the crowd hype, who had the best bars and lyrics and stuff. There's a couple cats doing it still, like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, things like that, but in general, it was a competitive field, and that's how boxing is. So I don't have no problem with Jermall Charlo saying he'll whoop this person, that person. He's in the division now, and he's right. Why should he be friends with people he may potentially fight? You be buddy-buddy, and then you got to fight him next week. You know what I mean? Danny Garcia, I think, said, I don't have no friends in or around my weight division. You know what I mean? Like, I got people I'm cool with and acquaintances, but it's no time for buddy-buddy because I might have to lace up with him. And that's what people fail to realize. Oh, why did he say that? He just walked away. I mean, it's the fight game. People expect this boxing. That's why I love this sport, for this reason. Because you can see athletes do this. And for me, it makes boxing more real. I like other sports too. I'm a football fan. I enjoy baseball. Shout out to the San Francisco Giants. But at the end of the day, boxing is real. Like, I've heard press conferences and seen people throw punches while watching it, or heard crazy things like from Mike Tyson, or post-fight call-outs, and guys, you know what I mean, like what Charlo did, said he'll whoop both of them and walked away. That's what excites me, because you get that if the Warriors play the Cavs in regular season or whatever, when they do the post-game conference, everybody's cordial. Like, why did you lose to them? You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, we need to do a better job facilitating, and we need to lock down LeBron. And you know, it's cordial, right? Boxing's not like that. Boxing is like, ask Gabe Rosado why he just lost to Martin Murray, and he'd be like, man, F that, that's bullshit. You know what I mean? He's gonna go off because he don't feel like he lost, and that's, to me, what makes boxing real. So back to the whole fight. Charlo, to me, he has potential to beat the guys in his division. I don't know, because I don't know how he takes a punch at 160, but I know he's a quality fighter. I know he has the frame. Moving up shouldn't be a problem. I think his power is going to move up. So I'd really like to see him versus Golovkin, because from what I've seen, the fights where people said Golovkin has been exposed, like the Kell Brook fight and also the Danny Jacobs fight, I think Charlo exudes enough of those qualities that made those guys successful versus Golovkin. Jacobs just went the distance, and the reason he did it was he boxed intelligently, used the ring, used his legs, he was jabbing some, he had a good body attack, let his hands go. But I understand what Charlo was saying, and I'm telling you, Jacobs is my dude, but I've even said this. I understand what he's saying. He made it a little bit closer than it needed to be, because if you notice that fight, if you watch it again, I was there live. I covered that fight in New York, Madison Square Garden. I was at the Garden, right? And you watch that fight, Jacobs, there was some points where he was backing up Golovkin. Golovkin was almost freezing just to block. He wasn't countering. He wasn't doing no Danny Garcia no-look left hooks and stuff. He didn't do nothing. He was just getting backed up. And Danny Jacobs was pushing him back, driving him back. And then out of nowhere, he would stop. So I don't know if he was maybe believing more in the Golovkin myth and didn't want to get caught with anything. So he just said, let me ease off the gas right here. But there were certain points where he was clearly driving Golovkin back, and I thought he should have kept doing it because Golovkin didn't really have an answer for it. But then when he would stop, then that's when Golovkin would come back and start stalking and start trying to move forward, and he was jabbing him. Golovkin had a real good jab in that fight. So I understand what Charlo's saying in regards to that. But I still had Danny Jacobs winning. And it's funny to me because when I say it, everyone said, oh, you're biased, you're racist. But you got pro fighters saying the same thing. From Deontay Wilder, I interviewed Adrian Broner a couple of days ago. He said, I'll put it at the end of this video most likely. He said, I had DJ winning. Yeah, definitely. He said, I was screaming, go DJ like Lil Wayne. And for those that don't know hip hop, that's an old Lil Wayne song. Go DJ, that's my DJ. So there's a ton of people that had Jacobs winning. Canelo, you know what I mean? So you can't make this a black, white, or a race thing. There's a Mexican superstar in Canelo who said it. There's Broner who said it. Jermall Charlo who said it. Deontay Wilder. These are all different people, different camps, and they had Jacobs winning. So I hope they do a Triple G versus Jacobs rematch. If not, I'd like to see Jermall Charlo get a fight in, a Sebastian Jorge Highland or something, show us what you can do, or Hassan Indam or a ranking guy, and then start tackling some of these big names. He seems confident, and I like his skill set, so we'll see what happens next. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video. Like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.